ॐ ज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलान् श्रीगुरुवैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाख अन्वितंश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे पञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everyone. Good morning and thanks for joining. Today is the last weekend of the Kartika month. Yes, we are fortunate that we could hear some katha about the Lord's pastimes in this month, and because of which I hope we also have improved in our seriousness in our devotion and also um, can take it forward. Yeah, usually there is this like, okay, sometimes the mercy comes in heaps. Yeah, and this month is definitely that, where if we do little we get a lot. But then what about the next? Yeah, so after Kartik month, what happens after that is yeah, hopefully there will always be some special occasions. If we follow the Vaishnava calendar, there are always days where we can still mm, um, um, benefit multifolds, definitely. But until then, if we want to maintain this seriousness, so what we should do is kind of make it our not a 30-day program of the year, but actually everyday program of the year to take shelter of the chanting of the holy name of the Lord and constantly uh, enthusiastically engage in devotional service. We never know, or we cannot know, we cannot understand the benefit and glories of such um, mm, such sukruti. Yeah, I thought of maybe discuss few stories mm, which should help us to understand the greatness of the month, not only of the month, of the importance of devotion. So I'm starting with the one from, I mean, this book. I don't know if you can see Damodar. So the glories of Tulsi Puja in the month of Kartik. This is an ancient incident involving two Brahmanas from the state of Kashmir, Sumedha and Harimedha. They were both great Vishnu Bhakts and always engaged in devotional service to Lord Vishnu. They were also very merciful towards all living entities and understood all truths properly. At one time, these two Brahmanas started their journey of pilgrimage and eventually came across a garden of tulsi plants. At this point, they were exhausted from the day's walking, but immediately upon seeing Tulsi, Sumedha circumambulated the garden and offered his obeisances very respectfully. Seeing this, Harimedha asked Sumedha about the glories of Tulsi and what result of offering pranam to Tulsi was. Sumedha said, "It is too hot here due to the direct sunshine. Let us go take shelter of that banyan tree. There, in the shade of the banyan tree, I will tell you everything." Sumedha then began. Long, long ago, Indra, the king of heaven, had lost his position due to the curse of Durvasa Muni. At that time, Brahma and all the demigods, as well as all the demons, were engaged in churning the milk ocean. From that churning of milk ocean, many wonderful beings and items emerged, such as the elephant Airavat, Kalpavriksha tree, Chandrama or the moon, Lakshmi, the horse Uchaishrava, and Kaustubha gem. Lord Hari, in the form of Dhanvantari, also appeared, along with all celestial medicines and Amrit or nectar. As Lord Vishnu was holding that pot of nectar, which has the power to make one immortal, he felt great happiness. Due to feeling such pleasure, tears began to fall from his eyes, and some tears fell into the pot of the nectar. The very moment this happened, Tulsi appeared from the pot. All the demigods, along with Brahma, offered Tulsi and Lakshmi to Lord Sri Hari, which he accepted with great pleasure. Since then, Tulsi has been very dear to Lord Vishnu, who is the protector of entire universe. Tulsi is his DMOs, therefore I offer her my obeisances. As Sumedha was giving the explanation, they saw an effulgent chariot racing across the sky towards them. Just then the banyan tree under which they were sitting was uprooted, and two celestial beings appeared from within it. They shone as bright as sun and lit all the directions. They offered their obeisances to Sumedha and Harimedha, who were surprised and quite overwhelmed. They asked, "Who are you both? Your bodies appear very auspicious like the Devatas." Hearing this, the two effulgent personalities spoke, "O Brahmanas, you are our father, mother, guru, friend, and everything to us." One of them said, "My name is Astika. I am resident of Devaloka. One day I went to Nandan Kanana to play, where I engaged in pleasurable activities with many celestial ladies for as long as they desired. At that time, the necklace of pearls and belly flowers from one of the ladies fell on Loma Sarushi, who was engaged in tapasya at that place. Upon seeing this, Lomasa Muni became very angry and he wanted to curse her. But after consideration, he thought ladies have no independence. They always depend on others. Therefore, this wicked Astika should be punished. He then cursed me, saying, "You shall become a Brahma Rakshasa and reside in a banyan tree." After hearing this curse placed upon me, I approached the Muni very humbly and asked him, "O great sage, please tell me how long I will remain as a Brahma Rakshasa and how can I be delivered from this curse?" Being pleased with my humility, the Muni said, "When you hear the holy name of Lord Vishnu and the glories of Tulsi from the mouth of a Brahmana, then you will immediately be released from this curse and be liberated." Since then, I have been residing in this banyan tree as a Brahma Rakshasa in a miserable condition. Today, having had darshan of both of you, I have been delivered from the curse of Loma Samuni. Now, please hear about my friend. He was a great Muni and always engaged in the service of his Guru. Once he disobeyed the order of his most respectable Guru and thus became a Brahma Rakshasa. Today, by your mercy, he has also been delivered. Having told their stories, both of them offered obeisances to the two Brahmanas, circumambulated them, and then left for the Divya Dham. The two great Brahmanas, reciting the glories of Tulsi, then left that place and proceeded on their Tirtha Yatra. This illustrates the importance of worshipping Tulsi in the month of Kartik, which gives immense pleasure to Lord Vishnu. How was it? So many lessons at same moment. Hare Krishna. I thought, can someone hear me? Let me know.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, yes.
Okay. Yeah. How was it, Omkareshwar Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, very nice. Glories. Yes. Tulsi Maharani.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I see that in India we still have this that of course in cities people are struggling to maintain tulsi plants, tulsi pot. I have seen someone is using a water bubble. Yeah, we get this um, um, 10 liter or 20 liter, I don't know, whatever this water bubble. They have cut the head and then in that put the mud, and they are maintaining tulsi plant in spite of apartments and uh, why it is of course slowly people think that okay it is very nice that if the vastu people will throw that light saying if there is a tulsi plant then you will have all fortune, uh, and scientifically because people want scientifical reasons people say that tulsi is it has great medicinal values, and they also say that okay if one is breathing the air that is coming from this direction, because the air usually the wind blows in this direction, uh, that brings all great things into the house, that's why we worship. Mm. If we see the reason here it is that how tulsi even appeared, it's not an ordinary plant. One cannot simply say that this is a eggplant. Uh, one can worship. I don't know. I think maybe Omkareshwar, you remember, no? I think there is others who say that what is so special about tulsi plant? It is as good as any other eggplant. Why don't we worship an eggplant? Hmm. Have anyone heard this? No.
I don't remember
Anyone
Prabhuji
heard?
this discussion about eggplant, but yeah,
Hmm.
but
I
Tulsi
think I
plant
came across
is
someone were referring here. Yeah, someone were referring, I think Swami Vivekananda, to activate people not to just follow blindly something. Yeah, I think he was saying how what is so special about Tulsi plant. Yeah, and
yes, you're right.
uh,
Yes,
simply worship eggplant.
yes, agree. Yeah.
Yes, so we see though that there is so much importance, and I think we want to benefit from this fact that Tulsi Maharani or Tulsi plant is not ordinary. It is directly uh, manifesting from the tears of the Lord, that too falling in what? Into this Amrit Kalash, which means it's definitely so powerful and it was gifted to the Lord, which means it's very dear to the Lord. And because it is very dear to the Lord, when we worship, then we become dear to the Lord, isn't it? Hmm?
Yes,
Uh,
Prabhuji. Yes.
we see that that is the reason, that is the reason where uh, all of us want to become close to the Lord. Why? Because the more close we go to the Lord, then all other things that are disturbing our day to day, we don't care much. We want protection, we want shelter. These are our prayers to the Lord. And how can we, the Lord, manifest His shelter in different ways? And when we can pray uh, to Tulsi Maharani, can someone sing Tulsi prayer? Who can sing?
Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I did try.
Hmm.
Namo
Yes.
Nama Tulasi Krishna Priyasi Namo Nama Ye Tumhara Sharanalaye Talaka Ye Tumhara Sharanalaye Tarak. Oh God.
Vancha,
Tarak
Tara Vancha Purna Hoy.
पूर्ण होए कृपा करी करो तारे नवासी नामो नमः मोरिया विलासा विलासा कुंज दियो वासा मोरे अभिलाषा विलास कुंज दियो वासा नयन हरि हो सदा युगल रूप राशि नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रिय सी नमो नमः निवेदन धरो सखीरे अनुगात करो निवेदन धरो सखीरे अनुगात करो सेवाधिकार दियो करो निज दासी नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसी नमो नमः दीन कृष्ण दासा कोय ऐजे नमोरा होए दीन कृष्ण दासा कोय ऐजी नमोरा होए श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेम सदा येन भासी नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियसी नमो नमः यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yep. Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Ambika Mataji. It was very nice. And when we see the translations go this way, first we are offering our prayers. Vrindayai Tulasi Deviyai, Priyayai Keshavasya cha, Vishnu Bhakti Pratidevi Satyavatyai Namo Namaha. So we are saying that I offer my repeated obeisances unto Vrinda, Sri Mati Tulsi Devi, who is very dear to Lord Keshav. O Goddess, you bestow devotional service uh, to Lord Vishnu and possess the highest truth. So we see Tulsi Maharani by taking shelter of such exalted devotee of the Lord, uh, we hope to get so many things that are mentioned in the next verses. It is said, O Tulasi, beloved of Krishna, I bow before you again and again. My desire is to obtain the service of Sri Sri Radha Krishna. So for us are um, who want, or at least myself, I can say I want shortcuts. Yeah, I can't wait for going through this different kinds of yogas and please the Lord one final day with all my purity and with all my capabilities of devotional service and all those things. I have no hope on that. But I would like to take shelter. I want to take shelter of great devotees, and definitely by this prayer, we see that how Tulsi Maharani is very dear to Krishna, and by worshipping her, what we get. Hmm? We are saying, O Tulsi, I bow before you again and again. My desire is to obtain the service of Sri Sri Radha Krishna. And then the next one, whoever takes shelter of you has his wishes fulfilled. Bestowing your mercy on him, you make him a resident of Vrindavan. Now, who want to become a Vrajavasi? Hmm. Who want to become Vrajavasis? I don't know. I think I'm sure everyone will raise your hands. Uh, not one hand. If you had 10 hands, you want to raise all the hands. Yes, why? Because ultimately we know that is our home. Hmm. If we want, yeah. Sometimes we may think, हाँ okay, घर पे बोर हो गए, कहीं घूमने जाते हैं, लेकिन afterwards we always feel like we want to go back to our home and where we can be fully free and um, feel at home. Mm. And we take definitely shelter of Tulsi Maharani. And here, next one is my desire is that you will also grant me a residence in the pleasure groves of Sri Vrindavan Dham. What is significance of Tulsi Maharani is that Tulsi Maharani is giving the um, entry to Vrindavan. Why? She is the one who is arranging all what Krishna wants, what Krishna and Radharani wants in their wonderful pastimes. So she is the one who is checking the weather. She is the one who is arranging the weather. Not even checking. Checking is like a Aku weather or forecast, which can only tell what the demigods decided. But Vrinda Devi has this that she arranges such a way that it is the best moment created for the best union of Radha and Krishna, so that they can have very nice time when they meet. So everything she arranges. She has what is her radar? Uh, how does she know what is when is Krishna coming? Where is Krishna? Where is Radharani and other gopis? Uh, who brings that news to her?
Prabhuji, the parrot of Radharani gives all informations.
The
Uh,
parrot of Vrinda Devi.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Sorry, yeah, Vrinda Devi. Yes, because I think
yeah,
they say 100,000 parrots are there in this Vrindavan.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Right. So it is through the parrots she gazes what is requirement, what is required, how the water should be, what how the cloud should be, and just like now we know, right, when we are making a wonderful set, we just arrange everything. The flowers are properly there. Is there a Ratna Simhasan? Is there a mandap that is required? Is there a kunj? And in that way, who is the in charge of all this arrangement? It is Vrinda Devi, Tulsi Maharani. Yeah. So if we aspire, if we have a desire that we can at least become a dust particle in Vrindavan, uh, yeah, we definitely have to approach the owner of that service, who is none other than Tulsi Maharani. My dear is that, yeah, thus within my vision I always behold the beautiful pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Why we want to go to Vrindavan? Why we want to settle in Vrindavan? What is the purpose? Is towards this, that so that we can have the divine vision, uh, that we can behold of Srimati Radharani and Krishna. And it is not okay. It's like, okay, we bought a ticket and we sat in a theater and then watching a play. It's not like that. In Vrindavan, what is the ticket? It is our love towards the Lord. And this ticket, yeah. Have anyone used in Germany? Of course, these days everything is on phones, mobile phones. But before that, if we have to make a call to India, we know what we have to do. We have to take some coins in the hand and put in that machine and then dial in. And after every, yeah, when the call is going to end in 5 seconds, there is a beep. I don't know if someone has this experience. That's the
Yes,
reason
Prabhuji.
we still
Yes,
see near the
we did.
railway stations this
Yes,
telecom.
yes,
Yeah,
Prabhuji. I have done this.
and
Yes.
those, yeah, and those days the yeah call rate was also so high, so pockets were burning like anything. And anyway, so the same, yeah, the cost of being in Vrindavan is not so cheap. Uh, the cost is very very expensive, and we need to kind of continuously put the coins in the machine there. But the machine is of different kind, and the coins are also of different kind, and then only we can still have a connection with Vrindavan or Vrindavan Dham or um, what is it to the wonderful access to the wonderful place of Sri Radha and Krishna that are happening even now. Then so we need special people. Yeah, have someone had seen a I mean, sorry that today I'm talking about movies, but someone would have tried to see a movie that is just released on the first day, first show. I don't know if someone has seen. No one. So I'm the only bad guy. I have seen, I think, couple of movies. It's not at all easy to get the tickets. Yeah, lot of hype is there, lot of expectations, lot of attachment, uh, and then it's not so easy. Then we usually ask someone, hey, do you know someone in that theater? And then make a deal and then buy the ticket and watch. So, I don't know. I mean, we don't have such a great attachment to be in Vrindavan. Otherwise, we would have already been there. But at least with little and little, whatever we are advancing in our devotion, at least we are aspiring to be there. We want to be there. We are so that we can serve. It is not like, okay, it's not a typical way where we go to a temple and then when we are doing service to the temple, then we are attaining some sukriti and burning our bad karma and all those things. It's not like that in Vrindavan. We see that every place has significance and every place we can go and pray. Not only in the temple, even if there is a, what is this? Near the Bandir one, there is a big banyan tree, no? And what was the other one? I forgot. Where we also circumambulated this tree, where Venugita, I think, is sung. Huh? If one puts their ear to this tree, if they are fortunate by the mercy of the Lord, they can hear the flute of Krishna from that tree. What is the place?
Prabhuji, is it Vansi what?
Yeah, Vamsivat, correct. Yeah, thank you. Near the Bandir one. Hmm. Not the Vamsivat which is in Vrindavan, but there is also Vamsivat near
Yes,
Bandir
Prabhuji.
one.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, so which means yeah, one can just sit there at the foot of the tree and keep on praying and praying that, oh Lord, shower your mercy. So Vrindavan Dham, yeah, is totally a different world. Even yeah, it is not. We cannot consider it is. I remember Maharaja saying that it is not an ordinary place. First of all, it has so much significance, spiritual significance, and that is very visible even now. If of course we may have to have little careful vision when we are seeing Vrindavan now, because we may see the same shops may be there. Yeah, we may see some uh, 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 village environment is slowly disappearing, and town, or even yeah, we never know. After a few years, it will may become a city because it has so much prominence, and yeah, it can. But there are still places if we can go, yeah, because this is Chaurasi course, yeah, this 270 kilometers in that radius, in that circumference. There are still so many Leela Sthal, yeah, so many places, and one can still get the vibes of a devotional um, life. How people are still practicing devotional service even now. Uh, so if we want,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Just one point in this contest. Sorry, I'm
mm-hmm,
sorry to disturb. Um,
mm-hmm,
Prabhuji,
tell
actually,
me.
I think you mentioned the point that Vrindavan is now a lot of buildings have come up, and it is like I'm also looking that it is getting more populated. Lot of devotees, especially ISKCON devotees and many other Vaishnava Sampradaya devotees, are buying flats and houses, and it is getting a little bit more concrete, big buildings and commercialized kind. So some
Mm-hmm,
people fear that there will be no place in Vrindavan because it will be full. As I informed you last time, lot of big rich devotees are buying flats there and societies and yeah.
mm-hmm,
So this was my feeling, Prabhuji, that in Vrindavan there will be no place in the future. But I heard a talk from a very famous. Normally, my mother listen him. So when I was in India, my mother was listening him. He is Ramanujacharya Sampradaya Guru, Rajendra Ji Maharaj from Govardhan. So he was giving a Bhagavad Sapta or a talk on TV where he was saying that people think that Vrindavan will become short. Vrindavan is now filling up very fast, crowded up. He says no, Vrindavan will never become short. He said it's not a material word, it's a spiritual word, and it will it can accommodate as many number of people they want to come. They wish, because we are seeing with our material eyes. And he says Vrindavan can never become short. It's 3/4 of this universe. So this is the same Vrindavan on this planet also, and uh, it will never become short. His message was, overall, he spent a lot of time in his katha on Vrindavan, and his message was that Vrindavan will never become short. It will always be there. We have to give our desire to go there, and we will always find a place in Vrindavan. So I like this talk very
Very
much,
nice.
actually. Yes. Sorry, Prabhuji, to disturb, but
No, that's very nice. That also makes the significance of Vrindavan more than any ordinary place. But yeah, as you said, our mentality is materialistic mentality where we see things materially, and due to which there is always this feeling of shortage. Uh, this is what we do, right? In a city, if buildings come up, we see, hey, land is shorted. There is no more land to construct, and yeah. So it is something like in Germany, if we see in NRW, there are so many buildings, then we think, oh, Germany is so crowded. Then the real estate will always boom. But then just if you go a little away, then we see so much land. Hmm. Similarly, yeah, if just in the center of the Vrindavan, um, if so many things come up, doesn't mean that whole Vrindavan will be occupied. There is still a lot of space of this, so many. And then devotee will always find, as you very rightly said, devotee will find a way of yesterday we were discussing about simplicity. I don't know if you got a chance to hear that.
yes, Prabhuji, yes.
We were discussing
My
about
my
how
family
important it
briefed
is.
me completely. Or the whole
Hmm,
lecture, Uma Ambika and Srishti briefed me about whole class. It was very interesting.
hmm, yeah. I didn't expect, yeah, because it was already late night. But yeah, so simplicity makes it very easy. It is because we cannot accept. That's why we have so many doubts, and we think, oh, let's buy now. But when we are simple and when we totally take shelter of Krishna, he will definitely arrange something. Maybe not in a best comfort area where we think that this is the place I want to buy or this is the place I want to live. Uh, but there is always Krishna's mercy is always there where he sees mm, who should be rewarded in what way, and accordingly he always rewards. Yeah, and for that matter, yeah, there will always be place. Yeah, people who are very much eager to stay at Radha Kund, Krishna arranges also for them at Radha Kund. If someone, uh, yeah, we know already Radha Kund there is no space, right? Even shops, no space. Even for walking there is no space. But people still they'll find a small room to live, and that's what they think that that's enough. At the moment we think that we need a big thing or that thing, and or even people will start mixing up with what you call investment. We think, hey, when Vrindavan is growing so rapidly, if I buy, after 5 years I become I can sell it, or it will be so I can. So investment plans also come. Yeah, people will say, if paisa hai to, if not for you, you can buy for someone else or for future. So in that way, when we bring our materialistic way of thinking, hmm, what we are buying is different, and when Krishna grants, uh, that is of different residence. Anyway, yeah, is it clear? Anyone want to add?
Yes, Prabhuji, I can support you about this. Like in when we were in Mayapur, now the Maya people say that we were first time in the Mayapur this year, and
Hmm.
devotees who were living for a long time and the local residents say that the Mayapur is changed now completely, because there are
Yeah.
so many high-rise buildings in Mayapur. and they are not happy that outside builders have come, or the devotees
Yes.
who has a builder mindset, devotees,
Hmm.
they are buying lands and making buildings as per their own plans and on this, and a non-uniform way, like someone is making such a building, other is making a different way. So everybody is earning money from this devotional places. A lot of people have made big projects, commercial projects now. The
Hmm.
cost of the flat in Mayapur is very high currently.
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So that is human tendency. The human tendency, as long as there is a sense of fear, we always make it a business from that fear. Huh? The fear of tomorrow. Tomorrow I cannot buy, so let me buy today. Hmm. Yeah. But yesterday we were talking about the simplicity where if Krishna want to give, actually I didn't read that part of the book, but yeah, the way out is just go to Krishna, and if you very faithfully, yeah, if we have that faith and we sincerely pray, then Krishna will give. This is what Maharaj says in the book. So we need to develop faith, and that's what we are doing here. What we are doing in this gatherings is to strengthen our faith, and finding those key elements or fundamental basics that we need so that we can develop that faith. And when we have faith, then we become sadhus, right? When we become sadhu, do we need a double flat? What do you call double bedroom flat? Huh? Do we see sadhus looking for a 2 BHK? Hmm? Ram Raghav Prabhu?
No, Prabhuji. It's not around.
Yeah, we would just be happy with whatever we get, right? Yeah, where we ate that roti and makhan and yeah, the pickle in Bandir one. How big is the house and how happy the people are living?
Yes.
So that is what is simplicity. Yeah, when we really want to understand what is simplicity, it is like okay, yeah, engage in the service enthusiastically and keep our needs as simple as it can be. Then we can be in Vrindavan in any part of the corner. Mm, okay. Then here, I beg you to make me a follower of cowherd damsels of Raja. Please give me the privilege. The word actually, yeah, this privilege of devotional service is nice when we read in English. In the actual original version, we see that what is it? Seva adhikar. Adhikar means right. Usually, this is what we translate, right? Adhikar means uh, right or ownership or um, I don't know. So these are the words usually we. I was always thinking, how can we say seva is something that it's a mercy. If it through mercy, then we can render service. So that is what we see. Seva adhikar diye koro nija dasi. So we are praying in this that Tulsi Maharani, please give me the right to serve, to give. But actually, it is that permission. Adhikar. Adhikar is not control. Adhikar means usually we relate it to control or the right, but we see the privilege means allowance. Adhikar is also the allowance. It's not like okay, I did something and give me the right. And this is my nivedan. E nivedan dharo sakhir anugata koro. What is that? My request is that let me be followers of Vrajavasis. Uh, and please give me the opportunity that I can render service. Hmm. So we can never be in a position of feeling that I am qualified and now I am qualified. That's why I can go to Vrindavan. And it's not through qualification. It is a call that may come. Our prayers can go on, and from the prayers, then there will be a a call from within and also from out, where then Krishna is engaging us in service. And of course, it is not like, okay, I didn't get the call from Vrindavan yet. It's not a telephone call. It's okay. Krishna is not calling me. I am so fallen. No, no. Krishna is giving us the privilege to engage in service in Germany or in US or in Australia or in UK, in different parts of the world. Why? Because um, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, it's not just that everyone, yeah, though Vrindavan has the capacity to expand transcendentally, yeah, but there is also rest of the world which is, yeah, one third which is suffering, and Krishna cannot see this. So he wants that the whole world be inundated by the Krishna Prem, by the congregational chanting of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And just this state of mind is already a state of mind of Vrindavan. To constantly chant, to constantly engage in service, to constantly serve others and advance. It doesn't matter whether we are finally at age of 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever we plan that, okay, the call has to come. After all, I have done so much and still I am here. Yes, if we are here, there is also a purpose why we are here. The other day I was talking, yeah, Nishant Prabhu, you remember?
जी प्रभु जी.
So, Vrindavan, it's also called a state of consciousness. So when we are in this, yeah, we are already in that stage. And yeah, during this Kartik Yatra, when I was in Vrindavan, the guide who was, he was telling, how can we be in Vrindavan? How can we be in Vrindavan is by constantly remembering that I am doing, whenever we are walking, yeah, even here in Germany, when we are walking, he said, think that you are walking towards Vrindavan. Hmm. When I am working something, think that I am working towards to get closer to Vrindavan. So in that way, one can always develop the consciousness that we are going to Vrindavan, and that will make the desire strong, and that is what Krishna is seeing, and then he will really uh, grant that blessing that, okay, we want to really be in Vrindavan. Hmm? And then the fifth one, Dina Krishna Dase Koi, E Jana Mura Hoy, Sri Radha Govinda Prema Sadayana Bhasi. So, Deen Dukhi Krishna Das prays, uh, may I always swim in the love of Sri Radha and Govinda. Uh, so this is the prayer. This is the prayer which tells. So I don't know, is it Deen Dukhi Krishna Das? So he's the one who has composed this, and he has offered this praise to Tulsi Maharani. And by his grace, we are fortunate that we have this grace of praying to Tulsi Maharani and every day. And why? Because Tulsi Maharani is not an ordinary plant, because it also has roots, it also has leaves. But Tulsi Maharani is special. Why? Because Tulsi Maharani is very, very dear to Krishna. Uh, One may say that, okay, is it not like a partiality? No, because this has come from where? It has come, it has special significance because Tulsi Maharani appeared from the tears of the Lord. Anything anyone want to add before we go to the other pastime?
Uh, Hare Krishna Babuji. So this was
Hmm.
composed by Deen Krishna Das. So he
I
was
could be, I don't know.
okay.
Could be.
I mean
I
till
don't
now
know.
I was thinking like it's for us that Deen Dukhi said everybody is
Acha, you are saying Dina Krishna Dasai means
yeah for ours yeah.
our position. Mora Hoy. I think here is all about us, right? I
Mm,
mean, no, I mean the writer. Ena Mora Hoy. Mora means mine. Hmm? May I always swim in the love of Radha and Govinda. I don't know who is this devotee who has wrote. Someone has raised, so they may know it. Who was that?
Prabhuji, I have also no idea, but maybe Kaviraj Krishnadas Goswami. Maybe just a guess. Normally in KKS songs, the name of author is written in KKS. Maybe on the top or bottom, like normally it's written always.
Krishna Das is written, but we don't know who is
Yeah.
Krishna Das. He wrote all this. Yeah. So Krishna Das is the author.
Yes.
Nadiya Ghat Bhai ke Adbhuta Tari. Na Nache Gora Prema Bura. These are, yeah. Yeah, very nice. Bengali prayers. Okay. So, you're asking about Bhishma Panchak. I was thinking to cover a couple of more to understand about the Kartik. We'll see. Of course, it also has fallen in this phase of the Kartik month. Also has significance. I'm reading now one more importance of Amalaki tree. This where we were also last year we were reading through, but we may have forgotten. It has been stated in the scriptures that during the month of Kartik on the Chaturdashi, during the Shukla Paksha, one should worship the Amalaki tree, which is today or tomorrow. Tomorrow. Hmm? Yes. As this great tree removes all sins. This Chaturdasi is also called is known as Vaikunta Chaturdasi, and it is recommended that on this day one should worship Sri Hari along with Sri Radha under the shadow of an Amalaki tree. Amalaki tree. One should then circumambulate the tree 108 times and offer the obeisances and prayers to Lord Shyamasundar Shri Krishna. After offering prayers, one should sit down under the Amalaki tree and listen to the glories of Amalaki. Finally, one should feed some brahmanas and offer them dakshina. As pleasing, the brahmanas gives pleasure to Lord Sri Hari, who is the giver of liberation. So, well, tomorrow or today, I have to check. I think it's tomorrow. Hmm. Someone today is Trayodasi, so it's tomorrow. Tomorrow is this special day. At the beginning of creation, the entire universe was submerged underwater. At that time, Lord Brahma began chanting the holy name of the Lord. Out of ecstasy due to eagerness to see the Lord, tears fell from Brahma's eyes. That water which consisted of his tears of love fell on the earth planet. From these tears, the Amalaki tree appeared and developed into a huge tree, expanding its branches and sub-branches and was laden with Amalaki fruits. The Amalaki tree appeared first before any other tree and is therefore known as Adi Ruha. Adi means original and Ruha means tree. After the creation of Amalaki tree, all other living entities were created. When the Devas were created, they all came to the place where Lord Vishnu's favorite tree, the Amalaki, was born. They were surprised to see the Amalaki tree. Just then a voice from sky proclaimed to the demigods, "This Amalaki tree is the best among all trees because it is very dear to Lord Vishnu. Just by remembering this tree, one will achieve the result of giving a cow in charity. By taking darshan of this tree, one will double this result. By eating the fruits of this tree, one will triple this result. One should always serve the Amlaki tree very carefully because this tree is very dear to Lord Vishnu and has the power to destroy all sins. One should worship the Amlaki tree for the fulfillment of all one's desires. Whoever worships Lord Hari in forests of Amlaki during the month of Kartik and take prasad under the shadow of this tree will be freed from all kinds of sins. Any pious activities performed under the shadow of the Amalaki tree will give millions of times the benefit. Long, long ago, there was a great Brahmana named Deva Sharma who was living on the northern bank of Kaveri river. He was very expert in all the Vedas and Vedangas. Unfortunately, he had a son who was great Durachari, a notorious person devoid of any good behavior. One day, Devasarma, for the benefit of his son, advised him, "O my dear son, now it is the month of Kartik, which is very dear to Lord Vishnu. You should follow all rules. Take an early bath daily, give charity, and follow a vrata during this month. You should worship Lord Vishnu with Tulsi Manjaris. Offer a lamp to the Lord. Offer obeisances and circumambulate Lord Sri Hari." When that wicked boy heard this advice from his father, he became very angry. His lips began to tremble in anger, and he rebuked and blasphemed his father, saying, "Father, I do not need the punya of performing a Kartik Vrat. I will not observe this Kartik Vrat." After hearing this kind of loose talk from his son, Devasarma, with great anger, said, "Oh, less intelligent, I curse you to become a rat and reside in the trunk of a tree." Hmm. Upon hearing this curse from his father, the boy became very afraid. He offered his obeisances to his father and asked, "Please tell me how I can become free from that species of life. How long will I remain in the form of a rat?" After hearing this gentle speech of his son, Devasarma was pleased and said, "When you hear the glories of Vrat, which is very dear to Lord Vishnu, you will be liberated." After hearing this from his father, he immediately transformed into the form of a rat and stayed in a dense forest for many years. One day in the month of Kartik, Vishwamitra Rishi, along with his followers, came to the same forest. They took bath in the river and worshipped Lord Hari, after which they took shelter of the shade of a amlaki tree. There, Vishwamitra Rishi began to describe the glories of the month of Kartik as his disciples sat nearby to listen. There happened to be a hunter roaming the forest at that time. He was particularly vicious, with a desire to kill not only animals but saintly people as well. However, when he came upon the great Mahatma Vishwamitra Rishi and his disciples, he suddenly developed some intelligence. He offered his obeisances to Vishwamitra Rishi and asked, "What are you all doing here?" Vishwamitra replied, "This Kartika month is the best among all the months. Any work done in this month grows like a huge banyan tree. If someone performs pious activities by taking an early morning bath, giving charity, worshipping, and feeding Brahmanas in this month, he achieves akshaya, or an imperishable result." When Vishwamitra thus described these glories of the month of Kartik at the request of the hunter, the cursed son of Devasarma, who was there in the form of a rat, also heard this description. As soon as Vishwamitra concluded his speech, the son of the Brahmana who was hearing the glories of Kartika Vrat immediately transformed, taking on a beautiful celestial form. He offered his obeisances to Vishwamitra Rishi and explained his story and then departed for the heavenly planets. After witnessing this extraordinary event, both Vishwamitra and the hunter were very surprised. The hunter then observed Kartika Vrat and went back to Vaikuntha Lok. This narration clearly illustrates the importance of hearing the pastimes of Sri Krishna while sitting under the shade of an amlaki tree during the month of Kartik. By offering lamps to Sri Hari while sitting under the amlaki tree, one will accumulate unlimited punya or pious results. Hari bol. Yeah, so we're talking about those, of course. We may think, hey, why are we reading now when in 2 days the Kartik is going to end? I hope we remember this next time, and we also will read few days in advance so that we can also, yeah, this is what we did last time, tune ourselves more and more for Kartik month. But these should only give us the impetus to pray for one thing, only one thing, that devotion. It is not that, okay, it's so nice to go to celestial. Yeah, if we see also in the case of um, yeah, if you remember last week we were discussing Yeah, Nalakuvera and Manigriva. So they also got fortune to see the Lord, but they didn't get the chance to stay in Vraja. Omkareshwar Prabhu, if you see, that whole pastime is so nice. Even after that, yeah, he said, go to the Guru. Yeah, your Narad Muni, take shelter and practice devotion, get perfection. Then there is chance of Vrindavan. Yeah, Vrindavan is not for everyone until we develop such a great love that we don't commit aparadhas, especially in Vrindavan. There is this, usually this is what says, yeah, everything gets magnified in Vrindavan. If we commit offenses, and especially it is said Vaishnava Aparadh, we should be very careful not to perform, not to, I mean, not to even commit. Perform is something that we wholeheartedly are doing it, but unknowingly or knowingly, we try to avoid doing Vaishnava Aparadh. In this connection, I was hearing this morning from His Holiness Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj. He was giving example that Rupa Goswami, Rupa Goswami, yeah, we know that they are Goswamis, then they're very much connected to the Lord. So once what happened is that, uh, yeah, these Goswamis are so great that they understood what it means to be a devotee, and to that extent that they can also see the Nitya Leela. Though they are present on the Bhaumya Vrindavan, they were able to get access, and they are witnessing the real Leelas that are performed by the Lord in the spiritual world, in the spiritual realm. And but then Rupa Goswami said that, I mean, nowadays I'm not getting this. And then Sanatan Goswami asked, okay, then he said, okay, then invite all the Brajavasis, mm, and feed them. Mm, When you feed them, then you will again, by serving the Brajavasis, by feeding them prasadam, one can, yeah, get free. And by this service, the Lord is pleased, and then He can again give you that divine access to their wonderful, loving pastimes. So in that way, Rupa Goswami did it, and then still he said, "No, I'm still not having this." Mm. Then he said, "Did everyone come? Did everyone come in the village from the village?" He said, "Yeah, but one guy didn't come, and he is a handicapped, or yeah." So and then you go and ask him, why he didn't come, and then they said, I didn't come because, yeah, I didn't want to come. And then Goswami asked why. Then he asked, you know what? Huh? You were laughing at my physical condition, because I am like this. And then Jiva Goswami, who was there, he was asking why. He was asking Rupa Goswami, did you do something? Did you really laugh? And he said, no, no, I didn't laugh. And then he said, just carefully remember. And then he was telling that I was connected to the Nitya Leela that Krishna is playing. And I was connected at that time when Krishna climbed the tree early enough before Gopis Radharani come through that way. And what he did is he was standing on a branch, that this branch came very low, and when Radharani hold this branch, and Krishna lifted his leg, and all of a sudden Radharani is hanging in the sky. Hmm? And then I was laughing. And yeah, of course, it is very funny, Leela of the Lord, and everyone were laughing. I was laughing. But what happened? Yeah, that laughing, this physically challenged person, he thought that he was laughing on him, so he took an offense. And he said, now you go and beg forgiveness. Hmm? Yeah, unknowingly you have done, yeah, or you have done that has nothing that you did it, but other person has took it an offense. And because he's a Vaishnava and it's a Vaishnava aparad, so the only way is that ask forgiveness, and then by doing that we can be free from the Vaishnava aparad that we do. And that way the Goswami did, and yeah, this shows that how Vaishnava aparad can cut our or disconnect us to this. Hmm? We all want to go there. We all want to stay there. We all want to serve there. It's a place where it's totally different to the rest of the world. No? But how can we have continue access to it is by avoiding this Vaishnava aparad. Yeah. So if we see, while we are talking about aparadas, these are like snakes. Yeah. Have anyone played this? What is it called? Vaikuntapali, snakes and ladders. Who likes snakes? No one likes snakes, right? We all want only ladders. We want to reach that dham as that's why it's called Vaikuntapali. It is, I don't know, Paramapada Sopana Patam. This is one name. There is a Vaikuntapali. This is another name. Yeah. In Western world, maybe the names are not there. The game is there, which can help us to get this lesson that what do we want to take? We only want ladders, but there is also snakes. And snakes, of course, this game is a game of dice. If there is no dice, we would have just simply hopped through all. No, not people may not be so much interested to see the snakes, right? So they'll just climb the ladders. So the external circumstances can come in the form of snakes, uh, and then we have to very carefully take humble position. Uh, and when we take shelter of the Lord with full faith, then we can escape all these snakes, and then we can reach the Lord. Okay, another lesson. So many lessons. Yeah, this is the purpose of all these kathas. The kathas are not for our entertainment, recreation, uh, but all these are the lessons because uh, we are here because we didn't learn the lesson properly in first place. That's why we envied. Because of the reason why we are here is because we are filled with envy. Cannot see if someone is flourishing. We cannot see someone is growing. We cannot appreciate if someone is better than us. And now imagine this is also a reference from Maharaj only. Maharaj was giving the example where he was saying that just imagine Krishna in the midst of all the gopis when all the services are directed to Krishna, and if we have envy, what are we thinking about it? Maybe a poll here. Everyone can speak. How it will be? Radhikali Mataji.
Prabhuji, can you please repeat again? I got 80%, but maybe I missed some points. Can you
About the
please repeat
question
again?
or
Yes, question. Yes.
yeah. The question is just when Krishna is in the midst of all the gopis and everyone is giving their full attention and love and only one person to Krishna. And if we have in our deepest part of our heart, there is Hridaya Daurbhalyam, where it is called Hridaya weakness, what will happen? What are we going to think about this wonderful scene?
We lose him.
What we do?
We lose him. How much we have
I didn't hear.
got.
We lose what we have achieved. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Next one.
I
Gaur
think
Bhagwan
Prabhuji,
Prabhu. Adrasa Prabhu.
I was thinking that if all the attention is given to Krishna by all the gopis, I mean, maybe we can think that we. I also want to serve Krishna, but I'm not getting a chance.
Hmm.
So maybe a little jealousy may arise in the heart that
Hmm.
something.
Yes. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji,
Mhm.
actually, yes, in real sense, in the practically, we may get jealousy that, okay, we are not getting a chance, like Adi Rasa Prabhu also says. But if we hear the position of Manjaris, they know that Krishna, Radharani is serving mainly Krishna closely, and Krishna is happy with Radharani. So they are not jealousy of Radharani. They are happy that they are supporting Radharani, and Radharani is serving Krishna. So in spiritual world there is no jealousy, no envy.
Mm.
They are just
Mm.
supporting, but in the material world we start envy.
Mm. But yeah, maybe because we know the great position of Radharani, what we do is, okay, if Krishna Radharani is serving, that is okay. But how come that the gopis are serving? How come the manjaris are serving? How come they are serving? How are these serving? Huh? Usually, what we always feel is we are greater. Yeah, we whatever we do. Yeah, I think at Ram Grabghav Prabhu's place, we were saying we always have this tendency to feel great, even in the worst thing, like I am the best among the last. Uh, so that always is there, that feeling is which makes us think that, okay, if that position is jeopardized, then I can't tolerate. Huh? This is also what happens, right? If we are talking about in Guru, Guru Maharaj is there and his disciples are serving, the disciple is always thinking, okay, why only he? Why can't I go and serve? Mm. We try to inject ourselves into it, not as a matter of an opportunity. No, it's a great opportunity. Let me serve. We think that, oh, I also want. Why? What is so great about him to do that service? I am also qualified. I can also do it. I
Yes,
don't know if
Prabhuji.
some gets.
Yes,
Usually this
Prabhuji.
dominates sometime.
Yes. In this regard, I have also one question. Actually, you have put a right point, discussing a right point here. So, Prabhuji, sometimes there is a dilemma. So, for example, I take one example. Actually, simple example.
Hmm.
Suppose we are in Rath Yatra, Jagannath Rath Yatra, and uh, we want to clean the floor, clean the street for Jagannath
Hmm.
Bhagwan, for the Rath Yatra. And suppose I have the jhadu, the broom, and some
Hmm.
devotee comes and say, Prabhuji, give me, I want to do it. And then what should I do right now? Then I
Hmm.
give, okay, because this devotee is asking, and I have to be humble, I have to be merciful. So I will give to the devotee the broom, but and devotee took the broom from me and then sweeping the street 1 hour, not giving to anybody. So
Hmm.
what should be the status? Because so how I will be considered? I have a strong desire to sweep the street for Lord Jagannath, but the other devotee has taken the broom and not giving back. So what should I do right now? Should I think, yeah, this devotee, let it be, because I should not take back the he sees or he's doing the service? Or am I considered as an inactive devotee right now, inactive person who is not taking initiative for serving? Or I will be considered that I am very merciful and great, that I'm giving the chance to others. So there are so
Hmm.
many circumstances like this in our life in temple, when others are taking service very fast and we become second. So what we should do? We should also jump up, or we should
Hmm.
give them the chance?
Yeah, nice question. Huh? There is this always the dilemma. How am I doing, or am I not doing? Yeah. So one thing is that there is this always we should have this enthusiasm in our service. So when we take this example of sweeping, yeah, we should do it with full enthusiasm. And if someone is coming and asking, this is also what happened, I think, to me. Just I took it, and in 1 minute, someone was asking me again. Yeah, I just took the sweep broomstick, or yeah, and then someone asked. I just said I just took now. Maybe if you allow me for sweeping some more time, and then I will give. And after sweeping some time, I gave it. Yeah, there is always a way how we can still achieve, because this is our desire to serve the Lord. And now then that's why usually festivals there is a lot of organization, and then there is a organizing committee, and then there is also someone who is giving services. So the right approach would be actually to go to the person and seek what is that, and the organizer responsibility becomes that he ensures that things, whatever is planned, is happening. Usually, what we do is we don't have a plan, and all of a sudden we come up, and then we are looking for some spontaneous service. Yeah? I don't know if we really have this serious desire to sweep, then we are sweeping. Yeah. And sometimes what we see is okay, because I am not in any kind of such kind of planned services. What I may do is okay, anything is service. This is service which I can ask, and if I can get it, I'll do it. Yeah. And so many people, so much demand is for these kind of services, right? Because of not everyone prioritizes such a way that since 3 weeks or 4 weeks in advance to see what services are there which really needs and which I can really do, and then by that, and authorities also grant permission so that it becomes pakka. Of course, still we can engage additionally someone, but we don't have to leave that service. Hmm? You're getting
Yes,
the
Prabhuji.
point?
Yes,
So
Prabhuji, your
all of
answer
us
is
should be
perfect. Yes,
enthusiastic.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we have to enthusiastically look for service, and when there is service, we don't have to give up. We have to see is how can we do that. That we have to see, and this is what comes up. And then, yeah, okay, if we still desire again after some time, we can ask the person, can I again do it? This is also sometimes happens now, when not only during that time when this Abhishek is happening, then this one is fanning the deities with the chamar, yeah, and or it shouldn't be that okay, I got the opportunity, let me do it forever. Hmm? It is nice if we can do it forever. Huh? If someone comes, this is what I do. I mean, usually, yeah, I what I do is that okay, I have got the permission or privilege. No, I got the chance to render the service. And if someone comes, if we can both together do it, I will do it together. Yeah, but if it is only one man who can do it, then I'll say, okay, you do it, and then I will look for some other service definitely. Yeah. And it's very important, if you don't look for other service, the second part of what you were telling, na, that can disturb us, where a person is going on sweeping for 1 hour. Hmm? If we are busy in our other service, then we will not see that person what is he doing, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
If we are focused in our service, then we have no problem with someone else doing that service or some other service. He took it from me. Usually, this is very common feeling. Yeah, when I was in the temple, right, doing the vice president's role, I used to hear these kind of challenges where, oh, I've been doing this deity worship since blah blah blah, and now someone came and okay, yeah, and then yeah, and then what is happening? So many challenges, yeah, exactly as you have asked. These are not questions, these are disturbing questions, right? Disturbing situations.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Hmm?
Actually, I asked this
Yeah,
question to you
this is not just a
specifically because
question.
because you have the experience of temple management. That's why I asked you, because you have faced such situations many
Hmm.
times in your life
Yeah,
in as a temple
and what
management.
I mean, not so great experience, just little whatever I could manage. But then I used to tell that, okay, why are you so much attached to that service only? Yeah, if Krishna wants to give you that service, definitely he will give. And it's not that, okay, now Krishna take it away, so I am very disappointed. And yeah, in order to not go into this negativity, yeah, there is always that you can render service, some other service. If it's not DT worship, yeah, cleaning kitchen, cleaning floor. We don't want to identify ourselves with a particular service. We want to associate ourselves to be servant of the Lord. Sometimes we we will, yeah, this is what Prabhupada's disciples they did. Yeah, they, irrespective of their background, irrespective of their abilities, they have gone beyond it. They have gone beyond it to do what? To fulfill the word of their spiritual master. That if we focus, yeah, it's not going to worry us much. Hmm? But when we see, uh, at least to avoid offense, because they are also Vaishnavas. Whoever is sweeping is not an ordinary person, and think about him. Yeah, there are different. There is a gross level of committing Vaishnava aparadh, which means directly going and hitting a person. This is also, I mean, I'll share this link later, and this I came across and was very nice. And we don't have to sit for 2 hours to hear, because Maharaj was in kind of a time buffer for whatever reason, I don't know, when he was giving this seminar in the UK, and due to which he has put in a very short, very precise, concise way this whole concept, how to avoid Vaishnava Aparadh. And in that he was saying, we may think Vaishnava Aparadh is uh, only beating, but this is only a gross level. Sometimes when devotees come together and they say, "Come on, huh? I told you so many times, don't mess up with me, otherwise I'll beat you." Sometimes even that level of Vaishnava Aparadh also happens. And of course, maybe Vaishnavas may not beat, or sometimes Vaishnavas also beat the other Vaishnav, not knowing. But irrespective of that, if there is a Vaishnav and if one externally man handles, that is a big, gross Vaishnava aparadh. But then there is also other level that, hey, what are you talking is nonsense. Huh? Sometimes this we can see these things even within the devotees, because we think that, oh, I'm not beating, I'm not hitting him. Huh? But we can kind of uh, mm, loosen our tongue, and in that way, what may come out from our mouth could be kind of very dangerous to our own spiritual life. Why? Because we just say, "Hey, do you know? I have a lot of experience." What experience do you have? You don't know anything. All these things are also Vaishnava aparadhs. Uh, I don't know. Someone have come across such kind of. I would say that people who go to temples, who go to programs, who are in association of devotees, these things will come. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know what, but because we are on an online forum where we are not associating so much, in last 4 years or 3 years, depending on who joined when, we very safely have avoided these things and developed a maturity in consciousness. When we have maturity in consciousness, and if it is still not there, and if it is still need to be refined and need to go on, we should do it as much as uh, so that when we associate with devotees, we are avoiding these pitfalls. We can never underestimate anyone, even a small child. Hmm? Because a child is even more pure than us. When he's chanting one time, what he gets, we cannot imagine. So when we are dealing with the devotees, we should know very seriously what is it to commit Vaishnava Aparadh, and we have to save ourselves. And yeah, second level is really talking directly. First one is hitting, second is talking, the third one is at just thinking about the person ill. uh, uh, this who is this person thinking of himself? If you just think like that, yeah, that is also Vaishnava Aparadh. just at a thought level. Now imagine how careful we should be, and that's why we should control not our body, not our hands or legs or mouth, not our. We should not only to do that, we should control even our mind. And controlling is very difficult. Controlling is very difficult. Yeah, yesterday we were also saying Arjuna said, "I can control the wind direction, but not the mind." What to do? Then Krishna is giving the formula that we engage ourselves in service. Hmm. By constantly, regularly practicing to be in with devotees and understanding that I cannot be loose in my dealings. I have to be very, very careful in how I am talking, how I am working, and by careful, very careful abhyas. Krishna is saying by practice, constant practice. There is no other way. Can we go with this all mindset what we have and go to Vrindavan or go to the spiritual world? Hmm? Actually, because of that feeling only we are here. Even if Krishna is giving, there is a lottery that among the whole population, let me take one number, a person who I can invite him to this world and be with me. If we were that one person, what will happen? If we get the lottery, what will happen? Who wants to answer? We all want, right? We want to go there. Just Krishna is giving this lottery, that he is giving this bumper offer to us. Shweta
Maybe the
Mataji, or yeah, Adilasa Prabhu, you can share your.
yeah, maybe feeling of pride, like you said, the feeling the greatest in the last.
Hmm,
The feeling of pride may come in our mind and
hmm,
heart because of this all anarthas.
yeah. Someone else, please. What will happen? Yeah, now we are in the Vaikuntha Lok, Krishna Lok. Then what we will do? We just commit offenses. One may say, no, no, no. When we are gone there, uh, Krishna will also remove all these things. He will not remove because, yeah, free will. Uh, if free will is there, we will never want to leave these things, right? So Krishna will let them be with us, and yeah, if he takes us to Vaikuntha, we'll just say, hey, can you also book a return flight? I want to go back. Yeah. So this is injustice done to me, huh? Who are you to who are you to take a lottery and bring me here? Huh? Maybe 1 2 days we will enjoy, nice, but afterwards we think, hey, this is a life of servitude. I don't want to serve. I want to be served. This is
You are
not
very
my
true,
place.
Prabhuji.
In that way, we will just kind of we don't feel we feel we are in a foreign world, not in home. Anyway, so yeah, long answer short. We should guard ourselves from this Vaishnava aparadh if we really want to become, yeah, devotees. And it's not so easy. Yeah, it's not as easy as I'm telling. It's not so easy, uh, but there is no other way because Lord is very, very particular how we are dealing with others. Even if we are dealing with him roughly, he is fine, but he cannot uh, he cannot he cannot agree uh, upon that we can ill-treat someone else even at this level. And the example I gave about that physically challenged who was not able to walk because he was not like he was there, and Goswami Rupa Goswami was thinking about him like he was smiling and he thought because of him Just he thought about us. So just imagine how simple we should be so that our behavior doesn't attract others to think ill about us. That is the fourth level. One is hitting, talking, thinking, and dealing. And whatever we do, if it attracts someone to think about us, that we have committed something to them, uh, this is very difficult, right? Uh, Giving
Yes,
an
Prabhuji.
impression that others think about, hey, I think he is thinking he has commit he I think he's thinking bad about me. He's want to do something bad about me. Uh, Thinking like that also is committing. We are committing that offense. Not he is committing. Anyway, he is committing or not, that's a different story. But if because of us, he is thinking, he's suffering, then we are accountable for that. So now we know, right, in Bhagavad Gita or in those 5,000 years back, why people used to go to the forests. Hope no one, I'm not somewhere that people think about me like that and then I am doing a Vaishnava Parad. Hmm. Escape is best policy. No, we can't escape. We have to refine, learn, and then advance. Okay? Shall we stop here? A very heavy topic, but I wanted to really share these things that first of all, let's not think the Kartik is over, then it's done. Whatever we can continue being more serious in practicing devotion, and then try to climb ladders and carefully avoid the snakes and yeah, attain our goal, yeah, which we know that it's attaining the Krishna Prem. Thank you very much. पञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Yeah, and yeah, this summary was with the question of Omkareshwar Prabhu. This is very relevant that yes, we are we are understanding the signs of Krishna consciousness, how dynamic it is, how sensitive we should be, and knowing, learning, doing ourselves individually is nice, but when we come together, yeah, we also should learn. And I mean, there are so many seminars, retreats happening on Vaishnava etiquettes by famously by His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj, Radhanath Maharaj, Niranjan Maharaj. Everyone says this. Why? Because as soon as people come together, there is always something, yeah, a strong need how to deal with each other properly. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna.
Yes.
Prabhuji, today's class was very, very good. Wonderful class, actually, because you touched very important topics today, which are really very, very important for us in devotional service. This Vaishnava Aparadha, an example of Rupa
Mm.
Goswami, because sometimes we think that when we do aparadha unknowingly, for example, we are doing something unknowingly to a Vaishnava, and we were not aware. We did the aparadha in ignorance, and other took it very seriously. Yeah, because he may not know that we are doing in ignorance. So we are thinking that we are safe side, that we did it in ignorance. It was not our fault, but aparadha is
Mm.
already made automatically, as in
Mm.
case of the Rupa Goswami
Yeah.
was very subtle way. So
Mm.
how to deal with such situation if we don't know? So I have actually two questions in this regard. One, that we don't know that we have done the aparadha, and then other has already accepted as a aparadha, but we don't know this. So
Mm.
how to rectify situation? In case of the Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami help him to overcome the situation and to set. But in our case,
That's why we do a lot of home programs. Answer is simple. Yeah. So we do programs, and because we are feeding Vaishnavas, Krishna is taking it off.
yes,
Knowingly, yeah, or unknowingly, this is the way. The best thing is that if we know a person, and if we have committed offense, we go approach and ask forgiveness. And in that connection, Maharaj was also saying that, okay, but great Bhagavatas, they will not take offense now. Why should we go and hmm, ask for forgiveness? In
yes,
that way, we
Prabhuji.
want to avoid forgiveness, asking forgiveness. And if someone is not so matured, and yeah, if we commit offense to them, and if they may not take it, so what? So our mind always wants to avoid, out of our pride, to go and ask forgiveness. Or there might be a situation where we are not able to ask forgiveness. The other person is not even forgiving us. What to do?
Yes, Prabhuji, this was my second question.
Hmm?
I said I have two questions. My second question was, if
Hmm.
we ask pardon, if we ask forgiveness, and we say sorry, we made a mistake, we want forgiveness from you, but still the person is not forgiving us. What to do in that case? If there is a
Hmm.
senior Vaishnava and we
Yeah.
committed a mistake, an aparadha, and we are asking forgiveness, but still he stopped communicating and he stopped dealing with us and interacting with us. So how this will be then?
Hmm. Yeah. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I mean, with reference of that, one should constantly do japa in the mood of repentance. Yeah. That is the way. Of course, this is such a nice trick that if I just chant and then I don't have to approach a Vaishnava, that is not the priority. The priority is first to go to the devotee and ask forgiveness and make things back to normal. If, as the situation may be, that the person is not in position to understand and not forgive, we can't leave the business there, because yeah. So by chanting in the mood of repentance, that, oh, I have committed such a great, and the person is not in a position to forgive. So in the mood of that, if we chant, then that is the way how we can get rid of that wrath.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I think it's a wonderful answer, really. Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, this is also, I mean, I'll share the link later. Yeah, this is a wonderful class. I found it that I can share, and I can also, yeah, benefit from it.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, this Amla tree, you can make the story and the pastimes about Amla tree, very wonderful pastimes. And tomorrow we have to do, Prabhuji, if I correctly
Hmm.
understand, tomorrow is this Chaturdasi, this Vaikuntha Chaturthi.
Yeah, tomorrow.
So tomorrow we have to, yes.
Yeah,
And actually,
yeah,
Ambika's parents have this tree in their garden. They have Parijata tree and this Amla tree already.
Amalaki
So
tree.
they are also doing, but
Hmm.
we want to also discuss this katha with them today. Can you also share this katha
Hmm.
in the blissful group, in the blissful times group? If
Hmm.
then we can.
Yeah, I'll make a photo and send
Yes,
it. Hmm.
yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll send it. Hmm.
So nice.
Yeah, and yeah. Adirasa Prabhu, I think we have few Amalaki fruits. Yeah, in case if you want, you can take and also offer them to the Lord.
Yeah. Actually, this time I also brought amla tree fruits from India. This time, and like
Hmm.
I brought it for health benefits only. I was not aware about this tomorrow's fest, but now we are thinking to worship
Hmm.
them.
Hmm. Rupa, what we did last time, we removed the seed and in that we kept the diyas, na? Yeah, actually, you can make a diya out of Amalaki
Uh-huh.
fruit. Yeah, make a small hole such a way that you can, and in that, if you put the ghee
Yes.
lamp and offer it to the Lord, this is also,
Very nice.
yeah, we can worship in
Very
that way.
nice. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
and of course, eating also is said 3 times the result. So in that way.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much for all joining, and have a nice week ahead. वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Guruji.